PlantForm Corporation, in partnership with Swine Innovation Pork, has launched a project to develop an oral vaccine to protect piglets from porcine epidemic diarrhea virus infection. What prompted the launch of this project in conjunction with SIP? What are its objectives, and what are the targeted timeframes?
The problems with PEDV is that it comes in with feed, typically. It infects the facility. The adult pigs don't mind so much. They, generally speaking, get over it fairly quickly. But for piglets, it can be severely debilitating and fatal. The piglets, when they're born, they have no natural immunity to the virus and will develop this severe diarrhea. The ones that survive are not particularly happy little piglets. There is no current therapy. There have been some vaccines developed, but they're expensive to administer. And so what tends to happen is that you deal with PEDV by essentially a facility-based thing. You try and isolate the infection to a facility, and then you do extensive cleaning to eliminate it. But it has obviously severe economic impact. Subunit vaccines, which is just a small part of the virus itself, are effective in many cases, but in some cases as well, you need multiple antigens to give you a good immune response. And so the immune system is tuned, if you like, to seeing particles. So viruses are very small particles, somewhere less than 100 nanometers in size. And the immune system will recognize that on a variety of levels as being something which is foreign and develop a way to attack it. And so what we are trying to do is we're trying to develop particulate vaccines. What we're doing is taking two approaches to this. There's ourselves at PlantForm who are developing what's called virus-like particles, which essentially look and feel like viruses, but they have no DNA or no nucleic acid in them, so they're not infectious. Dr. Manassa is working on protein scaffolds. These are proteins which naturally form aggregates of about the same sort of size. What you do is you graft onto that the antigenic part, or what you believe to be the antigenic part of the target virus. And so we're going to try and develop two ways to approach this problem to give us a better chance of success. The product itself to produce is comparatively cheap. We're growing plants. We then infect them with a bacterium carrying the gene that makes the vaccine. The plants then produce the vaccine, and we freeze dry that and then feed it to the sows. And they will then pass on immunity to the PEDV virus in their milk. So they'll protect the piglets from infection by what you might call passive immunity. So it's not an immune response that they raise themselves, but they get it from their mother. So it doesn't require purification. It doesn't require injection. You know, the natural route of infection of an animal is through its feed. And so what we're doing is we're mimicking exactly the same way of the virus getting in with the vaccine. We're trying to develop a route to deliver drugs to animals that will have benefit, both to benefit to the health of the animal, but also to the commercial aspects of the food chain. If we prove it works, then it can apply to other diseases of pigs or any, commercial food chain animal.